You don't notice it at first. A baby reaches for you, then lets go. They look into your eyes, then look away. They cry, even when everything seems fine. And slowly, quietly, they're asking you for something. Not toys, not food, not even comfort in the way you think. Something deeper. Something that will shape who they become for the rest of their life. We like to believe love is obvious. Feed them, protect them, keep them safe. That's love, right? But what if the most important forms of love are the ones no one ever teaches you? What if your baby is asking for things they can't say, but never stop needing? Because here's the truth most people miss. A child doesn't grow from what you give them. They grow from how you make them feel. And those feelings start forming long before they can speak. Most people think babies just need attention. Hold them, talk to them, be around, simple. But that idea is incomplete. Because babies don't just need presence. They need specific kinds of presence. Invisible acts, silent signals, moments so small you almost miss them. Researchers at Harvard University's Center on the Developing Child began studying early emotional patterns. They weren't looking at what parents did. They were looking at how babies responded. Micro-reactions, tiny shifts in expression, barely noticeable changes. And what they found surprised everyone. Babies weren't reacting to what parents did. They were reacting to how it felt. Tone over words, energy over actions, consistency over intensity, which leads to something powerful. To a baby is not an action, it's a pattern. And hidden inside that pattern are 15 acts of love your baby is silently hoping for. Not once, not occasionally, but again and again, throughout their entire childhood. The first one is something you do every day, but rarely notice. When your baby looks at you, they're not just seeing your face. They're searching for alignment. Act 1. See them fully. Not while distracted, not while thinking of something else, but completely. Because when your eyes meet theirs, their brain asks a single question. Am I real to you right now? And if the answer is yes, something inside them settles. Act 2 is quieter. Respond consistently, not perfectly, consistently. At MIT's Early Cognition Lab, researchers found that babies don't need flawless parents. They need predictable ones. When responses are wildly inconsistent, their brain stays on alert, always guessing, always unsure. But when your reactions follow a rhythm, they relax. Act 3, match their emotion before you change it. When they cry, don't rush to silence it. First, understand it. Mirror it. Because to a baby, being calmed without being understood still feels like being alone. But here's where it gets even stranger. In one experiment, a caregiver responded to a crying baby with a calm smile. But no emotional matching, the baby didn't relax. They became more distressed. Why? Because something didn't align. Which leads to Act 4, be emotionally honest. Babies detect emotional mismatch instantly. A forced smile, a hidden frustration. They may not understand it, but they feel it. And when what you show doesn't match what you feel, they stare longer, trying to solve the puzzle. Act 5, let them affect you. When they laugh, laugh with them. When they reach, move toward them. Because babies are not just seeking attention, they are testing influence. Can I change your world? Even a little. And when the answer is yes, they feel powerful, connected, alive. Act 6, protect their sense of safety. Not just physically, but emotionally. At Yale's Infant Cognition Center, researchers found that babies begin forming trust patterns before language, not based on events, but on emotional outcomes. If the world feels safe, they explore. If it feels uncertain, and they withdraw. Act 7, slow down. Babies live in a different timescale, slower, deeper. When you rush interactions, you pull them out of their natural rhythm. But when you slow down, you meet them where they are. Act 8, let them be seen. Without performance, not every moment needs stimulation. Not every silence needs filling. Sometimes they just want to exist with you. And that is enough. But here's where it gets even deeper. Act 9, repair the moment. You will get it wrong. You will miss signals, lose patience, disconnect. But what matters is what happens next. When you come back, reconnect, repair, you teach them something profound. Disconnection is not the end. Act 10, be their emotional anchor. When the world feels overwhelming, they look for one thing: stability. Not solutions, not explanations, just presence that doesn't shake. Act 11, let them explore while knowing you're there. The balance between freedom and safety is where confidence is born. Too much control, they shrink. Too little support, they feel lost. Act 12. Listen before they have words. Their body speaks, their eyes speak, their silence speaks. And when you understand without language, they learn I am understood, even when I cannot explain myself. Act 13. Reflect who they are, not who you want them to be, not who the world expects, but who they already are in their smallest moments. Act 14. Stay, even when it's hard, not just in easy moments, but in crying, in frustration, in chaos, because love that disappears under pressure doesn't feel like love at all. And the final act, the one that ties everything together, Act 15, be present again and again, not once, not perfectly, but repeatedly. Because to a child, love is not a single moment. It's a pattern they learn to trust. And here's the part that changes everything. You are not just raising a child, you're shaping how a human being will experience love for the rest of their life. The way you respond now becomes their inner voice later. The way you see them becomes how they see themselves. You're not just observing this, you're part of it. But there's a quiet warning hidden inside all of this. It's not the big mistakes that shape them most, it's the repeated patterns you don't notice. The distracted glances, the rushed responses, the emotional mismatches. Small things, repeated often enough will become their reality. But so do the good ones. The soft eye contact, the consistent presence, the quiet understanding. Those build something unbreakable. So the next time your baby looks at you, don't just smile, don't just react. Pause, be there, fully. Because in that moment, they're not just looking at you, they are learning what love feels like. And maybe, long before they ever say the word, they already know exactly what it means. So here's something to think about tonight. When your child reaches for you, what are they really asking for? And if this changed the way you see those small moments, wait until you discover why babies suddenly pull away from the person they love most, and what it reveals about independence, fear, and trust. You won't see it the same way again.